people will encounter some type of adversity in their life. Everyone handles it in different ways. We interviewed people who have had to prevail through adversity every day of their life because of their different disabilities.
Just because these people have disabilities does not make them any less of a person, but they do have to encounter many different struggles that we cannot even comprehend.
Here is a little slice of what it is like to be in their shoes and what they have to overcome each and every single day.
Hi, my name's Emily Shelby. I am a junior at Lutheran High, and the adversity I have overcome is Tourette syndrome.
What has been your biggest struggle with Tourette's?
My biggest struggle with Tourette's has been having people actually understand that it's a real disability and it's not something that I'm making up. It's something that affects me every day, even though people might not see it.
How has Tourette's affected your life in a positive way?
I've met some really cool people. I'm the youth ambassador for the state of Wisconsin. I've gone to Washington, D.C. 2 different times to lobby the Senate and the Congress for funding for the Disability Act, so that way we can keep money for research. And I have friends all over the world with Tourette, and we've come together and we're trying to come up with a cure for Tourette. So I've met some pretty amazing people, and that's a really good thing that I love about it.
Good. Okay. What advice would you give to others about prevailing in adversity?
Don't let anything stop you. You can overcome things that you think you never would be able to. You're stronger than that.
What would you like others to know about Tourette's?
I'd like people to know that it's not something that we fake or that we can stop at any time. It's something that we're going to have all of our life. You might not see that I have it right now, and one day you might see me where I'm coming down the halls and can't do anything by myself. Just accept me for me and don't see it as a disability. See it as something that's just me.
What is a challenging part of school for you?
You don't have to read it. You can whatever it was.
One teacher absences.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain it a little bit?
One teacher absence when Mrs. Stens was at a convention in Florida.
Okay, let's kind of stay on task. So, maybe you should just read what we wrote. What you
One
said.
of the most challenging parts of school for me is teacher absences. I like routine, and this is a change in routine is difficult for me.
What is one of your favorite parts of school?
One of my favorite things to do is to search on the internet. I especially like elevators, and I like to watch videos about different elevators. I know all the elevator companies and the basis of how elevators.
What is one of your favorite things to do, like outside of school? What do you like to do for fun?
Play a game.
What kind of games?
Video games.
Okay. And what is something you think that you're very good at?
Maps.
I agree on that one.
I think I'm very good at maps. I enjoy looking at them. I am able to locate cities. I'm very good at directions. My parents say that I'm built in their GPS, and I'm their built GPS system. I'm good at English and like to correct grammatical errors and make sure people use the appropriate verb tenses.
Well, that's something I struggle with.
That's what he said right away after we started writing this down. He goes, well, I also like to correct tenses. I'm like, well, how am I going to write that? And he goes, well, I like for people to use appropriate verb tenses, he said, and grammatically correct.
It's important. Okay.
So, those are really skills. I mean, I think that any child who has, or teen who has autism, there's always something that they're really good at, and you have to take those. Temple Grandin is...
we studied her.
Yeah. I saw her lecture in Green Bay, and I've seen her on TV, and I spoke with her at the convention site, and she's like, what is he good at? What's he obsessed with? And I said, he's obsessed with maps. And she said, you really have to take that and grow what they know about that, or his memory. He can come in the house and he can notice anything that's changed on our calendar. So he has kind of like almost like a photographic memory. And that's what comes in handy with like sorting mail and we've discussed. Now he's a fitness attendant, but maybe someday there's be a local company that needs somebody to sort mail.
Oh, for
that
sure.
Would be a really good job. And Mrs. Schmidt is a teacher at school, and when she's not there, and like you're feeling, like you said, blue zone, that means you're feeling sad. What other zones are there?
Green, yellow,
What
and
does
red.
green mean?
Calm.
Calm. Things are calm.
Yellow.
Yellow is
Starbucks.
harder. What is that? That would be green. What is yellow?
Mad.
What's red?
Devastated.
Devastated, very angry. So those help you express your feelings and how you're feeling, and then you can cope with those feelings, right? So square breathing and knowing what zone you're in, those all
Yes.
help you to be a better person. You know, being able to attend church. He was in the what club were you in last year?
Forensics.
Forensics. He was able to
Forensics.
participate in that. So just overcoming some of the basics of belonging to different clubs and organizations and things, and finding a way for him to be included. Are probably some of the things I've noticed that he's prevailed at.
Yeah, okay. And what is something that you want people to know about autism?
Well, I want people to know that despite autism being a disability, it's about the abilities that these kids have. And I would like people to think of them as not being able to do things, but what they're able to do, and focusing on instead of the negative, the positive, and that's the many things that they're able to do and participate in.
Awesome. Carter, did you have something to chime in there?
About Cajun.
Serious? No, serious.
What were you going to say?
That he can't, and that he have hard times in school.
Yeah.
And the teacher's not there because you like routine. But what kind of coping mechanisms do you have? What do you do?
Cope it a
What do
lot.
you call that? What you just said?
For breathing.
Square breathing.
Oh.
Square breathing helps.
Yes.
Talking, having a visual, right? Visuals are very
R's
helpful.
phone number, and you misdirected his phone number.
Yeah.
What's his address?
Carter's able to work now. He's working 2 days a week, right?
Oh, I didn't know
So those are
that.
some things that he's overcome.
Okay.
I just think one of the important things about prevailing with any type of adversity, whether it be autism or another disability, is we never shied away from taking Carter in public, even when he had behaviors and especially when kids have a disability where it's not an apparent physical disability that they don't always know what the child may be diagnosed with. It may be misconstrued as bad behavior. But we just always kept taking him out to church, taking him to restaurants to eat, and I think about how many times we've been out that people have commented on how polite he is, and I think, do they realize he, has autism, and I oftentimes don't think so. They just are amazed at, the politeness, and I think, I would encourage people, with kids with disabilities that, they need to get out there and get the kids comfortable in the community, because anytime you're raising a child with disability, it takes, as they say, it takes a village. So I think it's just great to put them out there and get them acclimated to the community.
Some ways that you see Carter prevail in adversity.
I thought about that when we were given the question, and since Carter was little on, I thought about a church experience. It wasn't always easy to attend church with Carter. Social situations were very difficult, and instead of not going to church or taking turns as going without Carter to church, what we did is we had some help at school developing a social storybook, and this presented Carter with how Mass works and appropriate behaviors for him. And eventually we were able to take the booklet away. He was able to sit and actually get something out of church. And now I'm proud to say that he is actually a reader and a lector at our parish.
Wow.
So he's come from not being able to, sit and attend well to, accomplishing that and overcoming that obstacle and now participating in it.
What does prevailing in adversity mean to you?
To me, prevailing in adversity means being able to overcome an obstacle that you're presented with. To me, it means overcoming it and succeeding.
What do you think makes you unique?
I'm unique because I have autism. Unlike many people with the autism, I enjoy socializing with other people. I don't always say the appropriate things, but I love people.
Can you say your name and disability?
My name is May Steinhardt, and I was diagnosed with colon cancer, which led to the diagnosis of Lynch syndrome.
What does prevailing in adversity mean to you?
Prevailing in adversity means to me having faith that everything will work out, that there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and that this too shall pass. Also, prevailing in adversity means support, having amazing support from people surrounded by you. I personally have an amazing husband who is the rock to my foundation, along with 2 beautiful children. And with these 2 things, I know all will be well.
How have you changed as a person since you've had your disability?
Being diagnosed with cancer and Lynch syndrome isn't a phase. Yes, there are phases. Treatments don't last forever, but you are forever changed. The worrying won't stop. The uncertainty doesn't stop. The fear of reoccurrence doesn't stop. Or an awful end won't stop. Having Lynch means it's not if my cancer returns, but rather when. However, I have great faith in Him above. I always have hope. I know that God has a plan, and it's a good plan.
How has God helped you through your struggles?
Having Lynch syndrome, along with my diagnosis of colon cancer, has changed my life. Life without a colon has been very difficult, but through God, I am able to pray that all will be well. Prayer is a very powerful thing. I know that with prayer and the help of God, that even though I have lots of issues, I do know that everything will be okay.
You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, how you can still come out of it. Maya Angelou.
She is a woman who described what prevailing through adversity is perfectly. These people with disabilities have prevailed so much.
They will always be true to themselves and are stronger because of their adversity.